Good morning, everybody.
Hello, guys.
Good
Yeah,
morning,
I
everyone.
wish I would have checked in with you sooner, Fadz. I appreciate you looking into that for me.
Yeah, did you get the receipt from them saying that the order went through?
Yeah. Oh, I was wondering why I never got it the first time.
Yeah, I don't know. We looked at the system and your card was flagged for some reason.
Probably all those illegal KOG sales.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, it went through. It's just that you're gonna have to wait for it to get delivered. Probably take a couple of weeks or so. That's the one where OMC was waiting for his T-shirt as well, no?
Yeah, definitely. I felt bad because I told him, I'm like, I ordered it. It should be any day.
Yeah.
XP must have been all the OnlyFans transactions, I guess, that flagged your card.
Oh wait, I don't think Sunrise is listening. Yeah. That's what it was.
That's what
Oh
it
yeah,
was.
I checked. I checked it before I said it out.
Phil, where's that picture of the traffic circle? I've been waiting for it.
Oh man, I haven't left my house.
What traffic circle?
The Sukkot exit intersection.
Yeah. Why?
Because I was just explaining to them that there's no traffic lights, but it's like an 8-way intersection.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Where basically you leave it to the common sense of drivers over there to figure out whether or not you have a
Yeah.
chance to ever exit that shit.
And
Yeah.
the cops, they just kind of sit in the middle,
Yeah.
and they're all talking to each other. They only peek their heads out when when there's an accident. But I've never seen an accident there.
No, I
Not
know what you're
once.
talking. It's like everybody knows basically if something screws up, the whole place will shut down. So everybody's playing
Yeah.
ball, right?
Yeah.
So nobody's taking unnecessary risks in that area because they know that if something goes wrong, all the inner lane guys are never gonna leave that place.
And it's not just cars. It's pedestrians as well. So it's crazy
Oh yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, there's people walking through there too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where, we have a main expressway it's like the spine of the whole of Metro Manila called EDSA, and it's like an 8-lane road as well, and you have people who are just running across that expressway like it's a very casual thing, right? So, and the thing is, nobody's gotten into an accident before, whereas they get killed because everybody just gets angry, but they don't really like they don't call the cops or anything like that because it happens very frequently, and I live maybe like a few minutes away from there, and no, yeah, there's never been an accident where somebody dies because of jaywalking across the 8-lane highway.
Yeah, let's put it this way. On this highway, people actually stand on the sides waiting for the bus. The buses don't stop. They slow down
Yeah.
so that people can jump onto them, but they don't stop.
They don't stop.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, it's illegal to walk across the highway in America, but if you're in certain states like California, there'll just like deer crossing signs, there'll be people crossing signs for illegal immigrants for coming from Mexico.
Yeah. I think it's the law is kind of bendy in the Philippines. Like you're not supposed to do a lot of things, but the primary rule is don't get caught. So it's a lot of rule breaking going on. All right, guys, welcome to
XP, instead of
another.
the deer crossing sign in California, in Texas, there's the deer shooting sign where they shoot illegal immigrants.
All right, guys, welcome to another Friday with Fadz. So today the updates are primarily on the game. We were supposed to get a build today that allowed people to play multiplayer against each other, but I've requested Chester to do a bit of aesthetic polish onto the game. Those who are in the closed beta group under the beta test club will be able to see some of the highlights of the screen changes. It's meant for us to do a bit of polish on the interface as well. Over this weekend, Ben will be recording a video describing our play to earn experience for KOGs and for RFOX games. So since this will be the first product that will be introducing our play to earn mechanism, there will be a bit of material around it coming out next week to explain all the different functions. So there will be a primary currency in the game called coins, which a lot of you will be able to find out what the function is. And when you sign up for an account for the game itself, you become an RFOX member through our federated ID system, and you will be able to have wallets as well attached to those accounts that will be able to store RFOX, your NFTs, and potentially other cryptocurrencies as well related to our ecosystem. So what will happen is that we'll be releasing play to earn in different phases. The first phase will allow you to earn rewards, which are convertible to RFOX. So with this RFOX itself, you'll be able to cash out or use it as or use it as a way to buy different elements in the game, such as entry into tournaments. So some of the tournaments require you to have Choobs. We are looking into the renting function as well. So when people want to participate in tournaments, one of the requirements is to have a Choob for that different tier of tournament level. So there will be 4 different tournament levels. There will be the bronze ones that uses common tubes, all the way up to the diamond one that uses ultra rare tubes, right? Each of the different levels of tournaments will reward different prizes as well. And we will be introducing collections of KOGs, which are only exclusive to the tournaments, meaning that you can't buy them from the primary market. You can buy them on the secondary market from the people who want to sell them if they win them. So this is one of the incentive programs that we have in place for play to earn. So people who are going to grind in those tournaments and make it to the top, they can choose to keep those rewards or sell them on the secondary market to collectors such as yourselves. The other thing that we're putting into place is an arena function as well. So the arena function is similar to the ones if you've played Hearthstone, where you get a chance to continue playing and winning until you basically lose. And when you lose, basically you get ranked. And depending on how many matches you win, you will be given a prize. What do you call that? Based on the number of winnings you have. So it's similar. I don't know whether all of you have played Hearthstone before, but that's the same kind of arena function that we're going to implement. So the first batch of people coming in will get to test out all these systems, but we're also increasing the amount of people coming into the closed beta. We expect to have at least another few hundred coming in. So all those people who've been left out, and a lot of people have been asking, oh, I want to go into the closed beta and stuff like that. You haven't been missing a lot. We can ask the existing people who are in the closed beta. We're still doing a lot of bug testing and polishing, but the next stage is when multiplayer comes in, and I think we should be able to get in quite a lot more people into the beta because we need to test out play interactions with each other. Yep. So that's primarily most of our updates for the game. Do you guys have any questions regarding our plans for this month for the games?
Will we have differences between first edition supersets, which there are very few, and second edition supersets?
We haven't taken a look at the supersets. It's mostly on tubes first. We'll start to dissect the utilities for supersets and rainbow sets and all this kind of stuff much later towards full commercial. But for now, we're just testing out the utility of the tubes. I think what's going to be interesting is that there will be certain requirements for tournaments that award really high prizes that require you to have certain tubes. Then you'll be able to participate in them.
Is that like the foils are going to be a part of that, and then the hardest to get ones? And are there any plans for requiring like a complete collection of tubes for specific?
No, we haven't drilled down all the way down to that yet, but obviously, there's a lot of different tubes and different types of sets that we'll be taking into account when we roll these things out.
The RFOX that you're referring to,
an
the
idea would be
universal wallet. I was talking XP. Hold up. Is that RFOX going to be BSC or ETH?
We're gonna get back to you on that. I think we're still tidying up what kind of user onboarding experience, but essentially, the first time you sign up for our game, when you sign up for an account, is the first time you'll be an RFOX user officially. So that's our part of our onboarding experience. The rest of the wallet capabilities will be fleshed out over time, but for sure, you should be able to transfer your KOGs to that wallet. That's part of the minimum requirement for the game.
so the idea for people who have Choobs who want to rent them out to fellow coggers coming in,
Yeah,
all that
we're
would
looking at
flow
that.
through the wallet.
We're looking at the mechanism for the tournaments, right? So if there's a tournament that requires you to pay a certain amount of RFOX and have a rare tube, and you don't have a rare tube, you will have to rent it out from someone. But we're trying to make the ecosystem newbie friendly as well. So you just need to just wait and see. But I don't want to make it too complicated. It'll probably take you 1 or 2 clicks to be able to rent something. The person that rents it out gets paid, and the person that's using that rented tube will be able to enter the tournament. Multiple entries, you have multiple tubes. No, there's only one account is per entry, but then if you have multiple tubes, then you can rent them out if you want to other people. So I don't see a lot of people having completed tubes if they just started playing out the game. But if they have coins, then they'll be able to rent it out. They'll be able to rent out from people who want to put it out there for people to use. Do I talk really fast? I thought I'd speak slower than Benny. Every time I hear Benny, I thought he's always on ×2 speed. So in terms of renting, is the idea that players play in coins or in RFOX or any currency the renter wants? We'll put it in place soon, madam. But then essentially, what we're doing is we're making sure that people can purchase using the App Store payment gateway. So definitely you'll be buying coins. We'll make the table up for conversion from coins to RFOX. So that's very easy to see. But our whole system is designed around play to earn, right? So we want to be able to be as transparent as possible so that when people earn coins that they want to change into RFOX, they would have to go to a website or a special part of the app that allows you to swap it to RFOX. That mechanism is still being put into place by Pete and team, but we will be allowing people to take their coins, the RFOX out of the app and then change it into cash with all the partnerships that we're putting into place right now. So technically, within the next few weeks, when we roll out the play to earn mechanism, people will start to earn and change the rewards into actual cash. So that's going to be a pretty big thing, a pretty big, huge milestone for the company. I think those people who are not really interested in play to earn will find the tournaments and the arenas quite interesting. Will bad days KOGs be tubable and rentable in the game? We will release more news on that, CC. I think the set is finally sorted out. this week, right, Phil?
Yep.
Yeah. So we're getting closer to being able to announce the launch date and the payment mechanisms for that. Oh yeah, Chauncey, we'll be having like Friday tournaments in our company to test out the multiplayer component of the game.
With the whole focus being on the play to earn aspect of the game, this being one of the first free ones, if not the first free one, we know your primary target is Southeast Asia. Are we going to see advertising and marketing in other major countries like other parts of Asia, the United States, Europe, Australia? Or is it pretty most of it going to be just in that area to begin with?
I think to scale in a comfortable manner, we will be focusing on Southeast Asia first, but then there's nothing stopping people from just downloading the app on the App Store because we will be releasing globally on day one. So one of the most important things to note is that we know our community is worldwide, right? But the thing is the core focus of how we are scaling quickly in the company will be in a few territories in Southeast Asia first. Once the formula is correct, then scaling will be a lot easier. But I predict we don't need to do a lot of marketing for play to earn because if people find out that they can earn a reasonable amount of money playing the game daily and participating in some of the activities in the game, then it will scale relatively quickly. But developing countries are obviously the bigger markets for us. Like we're not gonna primarily, let's say, advertise in United Kingdom, for example, right? But then the rest of the other territories in the world, we will have a global launch campaign. But community activities, influencer programs, and all this kind of stuff is probably going to be focused entirely on Southeast Asia at the start. Princess KOGs have special powers in Slam. Yeah, you have to burn them to play the game. What?
That's unfortunately the Princess Cox cannot be burnt.
Then we have to ban them.
That's their special power.
We have to ban them. Coins to RFOX static conversion, or will it fluctuate in price? We will have more info on that, but they can. So there will be a page that allows you to see the exchange rate. But this is again, the user experience of how we want it to be is typically somebody downloads the game, they play the daily missions or the boss fights, they complete the daily quests and they get rewarded. They can choose to do a few things with the rewards. They can cash it out, or they can use it to participate in activities in the game such as arena and tournaments, where they stand a chance to win prizes, which also include RFOX and exclusive COGs that are only available in the game. So there will be some people who are not interested, like I said, in those tournaments and arenas, and they basically just want to earn a certain amount of cash every day they play. But I think majority of the people, once they start playing for a while, they will see that it's quite lucrative to save their rewards to be able to participate in arenas and tournaments. I can't answer that for now, CC. We are focusing on tubes, not standalone COGs at the moment. But I think Ben has always said RFOX 2020 have some usability in the metaverse, right? So we'll have to wait and see. Will RFOX at any point be buying COGs off the market? If so, why? I don't foresee RFOX buying COGs from the market because I think we don't have enough COGs in the long run at the current state of our plans of scaling. Any plans for community fund wax raised through tubing? Yeah, we have to wait and see about that, Chris. I think that comes in only when we ironed out the play to earn. That's going to be at least a couple of weeks of that.
Yeah, man.
I got a question. Are future tube staking functions for any that are made or existing going to be through the game, or are those going to be still through the website?
That's a good question, actually, because I actually want to do it in the game, so we don't have to rely on the website, but we want to make sure it's a safe, it's technically sound in terms of execution, right? Because for a fact the website works, but then if we do it on the game, I think that would be perfect. So you don't have to go to the website, everything done in the game. But we have to wait and see for that, Hanford. I need to make sure that it is a pleasant experience in the app. Leon, I'm not deaf. Will the KOGs game on the server somehow? Yeah, of course it will work on the server somehow. We've already taken into account what kind of requirements we need when we scale them, but we're not starting out big first, probably 10,000 people during the testing of play to earn. And then once everything is okay, then we open the floodgates all the way up to 500,000.
Are future editions, whether they're the normal edition, a special edition, or anything like that, pack sales going to be done through the game and through the app, or are those still going to be done through the chains and on the website?
We will be selling certain editions exclusively through the app. But for normal editions, I still want to sell it on the website. I think it's quite a fun experience to be able to unpack on the website. But there will be mini editions and special editions that we will sell seasonally through the app.
Are there any editions planned that, I mean, aside from like winning for a specific tournament or anything like that, are there going to be any specific editions planned where you can only win them through the game? Like there's a whole edition that you have to play only in the game to win them. That kind of thing.
The arena and tournament sets are likely to be only available in the game. You can't buy them in primary sales. That means you have to enter the tournament and play, and you have to get ranked to be able to get those KOGs. If the people who win it, they can sell it on the secondary market if they want to. But the season, the tournament schedules for the seasons will release it a bit later on. But we should have at least one season before the end of the year that rewards people with an exclusive set. Exclusive KOGs from a set that only is given out in the tournament or arenas. Will KOG packs be offered rewards for toners or mainly KOG NFTs? In terms of prices, I think we've not come out with the price list yet, but it's mainly KOG NFTs, CC, for those people who ranked in a certain bracket. So anyone else who's not in the bracket, I don't think they will win any prizes. Are there any cryptic messages in the KOGs? Oh, there's tons of Easter eggs in this third edition. Just have to look closely. In last month's update, 100 to 200 per week was mentioned as potential earnings. Is the outlook at launch still similar? And when we start, we will throttle the payout to make sure the economy is sound, CC. And then after that, we will scale up. It's also based on the price of RFOX as well. So you could win 6 or 7 RFOX in a day, but then it could quickly be a lot more valuable as the price of RFOX goes up. Sorry if I've already asked. I just popped in when a third window Choobs staking is paid out. They used to be did. Yeah, it's end of the month, Chris. That's the last payout for the third window staking rewards. Is that correct, Pete? It's end of the month, right?
5th of July.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 30th of July is the final day, so one day after.
Yeah. How many RFOX 2020 is there out there in the wild? Pete?
50.
50?
No, not 50. It's 50 minus 12.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody do the math. 50
38?
minus 12. 38. Yeah.
Confirm release date for KOG Slam. We would do increases in terms of the people who are playing the beta, but I want to get very I'm a bit paranoid on releasing play to earn unless it's ironed out. So more and more people will get to play, but then when we do the launch, there will be quite a big marketing budget around it. So as much as I want to confirm the release date for KOG Slam, I just want to make sure play to earn is smooth and easy to get on board. Is RFOX collaborating with XC and the play to earn ventures focused in Southeast Asia? Yeah, I think Ben has been talking to the guys from XC for a long time, even as they started. So we are in the same space, but I don't really see us as competitors because the market is massive. Those people who are playing XC right now, they are a certain kind of genre of players. A lot of them got in early, so a lot of people are now looking at Slam as a way to get in early as well, right? So I think there's a lot of learnings we can get from Axie as well. And we've spoken to Leia, the lady who did the AMA with us as well. We got on a call with her. So we will be consulting with her in terms of how we roll out. Yeah, I mean, the first time I heard of Axie was actually from Ramses. So when I came into the company, she was talking to me about Axie, and I took a look at it. That was like about 3 months ago, 4 months ago. And the business model is really good. I like it. But I still think that it excludes quite a bit of players who don't have the kind of capital to start. And if you've seen our Discord channel, occasionally there'll be a random guy asking for a scholarship. Those are the kind of guys who will pick up the game immediately and start to be able to make money. Yeah, Chauncey. I mean, the numbers we're looking at is not small, right? So if when we start to scale, like getting 100,000 new people in a week isn't impossible. So we should want to make sure everything works out well in case the game starts to break down. And that's not the kind of user experience we want to deliver. I think they will continue to play both Ramses because the thing is, like people who are without scholarship will still wait for scholarships and try to get on XC, but there's nothing stopping them from playing Slam as well, right? So I see both of us as existing in the same ecosystem or same community. It's just that our activities and gameplay is different. I mean, even the beta itself, I think we've got more than a few thousand people who signed up, and we haven't done any marketing at all. Just purely organic social media postings and Discord chats. Oh yeah, you noticed that, Hanford. There's a lot of Easter eggs and details that Chester and Phil put into the game, into the third edition. Sorry.
Oh, I've noticed quite a few things that I'm just staying tight-lipped about. For the chance for them to mean something. Notice a few things. Like that micro printing, the way you guys put that together with the overlapping and everything, that looks awesome. Congrats, good job. Like it a lot.
Yeah, I think somebody noticed the mouth of ramen as well, right? Who was that? Was that wait, hold on. Where's Healthy? Healthy's so quiet today. Healthy, are you okay, buddy? Did not hear you complain about anything today. Let me see if he's online.
Oh, he's around.
He's around? Okay.
He's in here. He's listening to us.
Ah, and he didn't say anything? Healthy. You having a slow day, buddy? Yeah, well, Chris, everybody's gonna complain at every price point for this kind of situations. I don't think it's only applicable to these kind of scenarios because people have been complaining about the price of different crypto elements like since it was 20 cents till it became like $100, and then when it's $1,000 they still complain. Well, after being in online games when it was in its infancy. I just realized something, Phil. Back in the day, play to earn was actually already implemented by gold farmers, right? Because they were just
Yeah.
changing time for money, and people were buying that gold when they had yeah, that's right, gold farmers on
I
WoW.
mean, even for Ragnarok, people were trading accounts for cars.
Mm. I remember that. That was one of the things that like it was almost transformative for people to have that kind of advantage by playing games alone. Imagine to be able to like buy a car, and this was before way before crypto, right? So you get your account to a point where it's so decked out that people are willing to pay a high price for it. So
I mean,
it's coming back full circle again. But the thing right now, it's decentralized. It's not controlled by the company anymore. The value is all controlled by the owners of the assets.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
MMOs were always gray market, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
I was farming gold on Lineage 2 before WoW.
Yeah.
it got to the point where whenever we would launch a new game, the first question that the community would ask each other is, "How do I profit?"
Yeah.
But now it's, yeah, I mean, before you'd have to go through all these back channels, meetups. Now it's all fair.
Mm.
You can do it openly on the marketplace.
Yeah, and
No
the
problem.
marketplace, I guess the business model for a lot of these companies is that they know there's going to be a lot of trading. We just facilitate the trading and they get a fee out of it, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
just to make sure that the transaction goes smoothly on the blockchain, and it's a very easy way to look at all the stuff that you're trading. Um, I mean, like companies like NFT Hive, I believe one day also they will facilitate all this kind of trading and earn a fee from it. Oh, my EQ. You're talking about EverQuest 1 EMAS or EverQuest 2? Yeah, man. EQ1 traumatized me, dude.
EQ1 is OG.
Yeah, EQ1. What traumatizing experience. That was way before WoW as well.
Yeah, that's way before WoW.
Yeah.
But
Oh, damn.
didn't really sell a lot of stuff in EQ1. I know my uncle was like crazy selling stuff on EQ1. I
Yeah.
was just like noob back then.
I
I
mean, but the
started
thing
selling
is,
stuff in Lineage 2.
there's not a lot of I don't know a lot of EQ1 players in Southeast Asia because a lot of my friends were based in the US and Europe.
Dude, no one could play EverQuest when it came out
Mm,
in the Philippines. I mean, it was dial up here.
yeah.
You can play on dial-up.
No, man. The latency was too high on dial-up to play any game.
And also, not a lot of people had had good gaming PCs at the time.
But dial-up was very expensive if you think about how much time you spend online versus how much you pay. So it wasn't really mainstream yet at that point. And plus, logistically, you have to share the phone line with the rest of the family if you only have one phone line. So to go on the internet was already quite expensive to begin with.
With the game, do you have plans for a grand tournament, like a tournament of champions type thing on an annual basis or something along those lines?
Yeah, it's
Can you give us any hints on what your tournament structure is looking like? I mean, you've kind of gone over the basics, but I mean, what you would like to do, even though you're not sure if you can yet, those kinds of things.
for tournament structure. I think the first one we will probably roll out first is the arena because it's the easiest to test and execute. The tournament structure wise, it will be we'll have a few options, right? Some are tournaments run by ourselves, some are tournament run by sponsors. So there will be quite a lot of overlapping tournament opportunities happening like every time you log in. So some tournaments will last for a week, some tournaments will last for a month. There might be a few tournaments happening at the same time. So depending on what the prizes that are given out for the tournaments, people can just choose where to go in. So somebody who has like 100, for example, 100 tubes of commons, and the entry requirement for one of the tournaments is just one common tube. You can rent it out, or you can just use one tube and go in by yourself. And then all the way up to requirements where you need ultra rare tubes, which get less and less. Then more we can do to existing community members to welcome and support thousands of you. Well, I think what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to donate their common tubes to get more activity or recruit people into potentially a guild structure or clan structure that we're setting up. But based on how we've seen people play the just the KOGs by itself without the game, I think there will be quite a lot of people sharing tubes that they want more people to enter the ecosystem, right? So I think a lot of people will start donating tubes as well. How many guilds can I run 500 tubes? I don't know. We won't have the guild system up and running until everything is sorted out. Hanford.
Hanford, I got an answer for you. 1 per account.
Could there be an option where a player comes in but doesn't have enough money to rent the tube, but you could loan it to them and split the winnings?
We haven't thought about that, but
You mean
I
like a
think-
scholarship XP?
You would consider that a scholarship?
well, that's the scholarship
Didn't you
program.
just describe as the XP scholarship? You did.
Yeah,
Right? I don't have money for my tubes, so I loan you the XCs, then you go play for me, we'll split winnings.
yeah,
You just described the XC scholarship.
that's scholarship.
No. Yes, I guess I did. Yeah, that would be interesting. Win-win.
You win
I
10% of an NFT.
Fractionalizing COGs would be insane, and I don't want nothing to do with it.
Well, you could always say you win 10 COGs, then I'll give you 1.
Yeah, we're thinking about splitting off the artwork from the borders.
Yeah, we'll break down each cog into pixels and then split them up. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think we should be able to overlap the onboarding of new people as well as the launch of the booster pack, the 90-day window as well, so that people who need to complete sets will be able to buy them. And then we are looking into allowing people to purchase the 3rd edition with RFOX as well, right, Pete?
Again, sorry?
The booster packs?
Oh yeah, sure. RFOX. I don't know, credit card, maybe, who knows?
Can a guild not pull tubes into initial account? We don't want to discuss stuff about the guild yet, Urban, until everything is sorted out. But yeah, I mean, like I think the guild function is mostly
Yeah.
consolidating.
You mentioned guild, then you get 50 questions about guilds.
Yeah, well, at least they know what's coming towards later part of the year, right? But like I said before, priority is to make sure that the gameplay is smooth, play to earn is executed well, and then we scale accordingly. And then over time, with the federated ID system, there'll be more and more features. Yeah, I don't mind ideas, Urban, but just managing the expectations from the community as well, and when we are rolling out these things. Yeah, we'll definitely release an updated roadmap for the second half of the year, Urban. Right now, we're waiting for the new website to come out. So we were supposed to release a new website before the 3rd edition was launched, but we had to go back to the drawing board to reprioritize our resources. Well, just noticed he's upgraded himself to Royal Pineapple Pete.
Yeah, we gotta bring him down a notch. His
Yeah.
ego is getting too big for
Can
this.
you change your name to first 25 KOGs XP? Can you flex a bit? Take him down a notch.
Yeah, I'll get that link here in just a minute.
Yeah.
For
No,
our account
can you
in
can you
the
can you
oh,
put that
go
in
ahead.
your LinkedIn XP? Put it in your LinkedIn.
Let's see.
For the accounts in the game, I imagine we're going to have an avatar of some type. Is that going to be one that we get to upload as an image, or are you guys creating or having your own avatars for the game, where custom ones can be fun, or stuff like that?
Avatar once, I think we had a slight discussion on it. I think I want to make people be able to flex their KOGs as the avatars.
Are there going to be custom or unique avatars that could be one, like tournament champion type ones or things like that? King of the Cog, whatever.
If it's based on KOGs as your avatar, then obviously there will be opportunities for you to earn KOGs that are one of one only. Like for example, a prime example of one on one is the banana KOG, right? The banana slammer. That's a one of one that you can flex as your profile. In arenas and tournaments as well, yeah, we will be able to do it. But having like allowing people to just upload random pictures is also a customer support nightmare if it scales.
I was asking if you can have like a tube for your profile pic or avatar or whatever instead of just a single cog. I mean, it's nice to flex if you got a one-on-one cog, but if you're the only one that's completed a specific set, then that's just as nice a flex.
Well, I'll think about it because I think the thing is we want to show off the art of the cog instead of the tube. Because as a profile pic, I don't know how it will be visually represented nicely as a tube. Let me think a bit more about it. What link is that? Is that all the first means? Is that his account?
Yeah, that's the first ever 25 COGs account.
Is that all the min ones from the first edition?
Yeah.
Are we going to be able to bring all of our tubes over? Is that going to be like, are you going to have a score or a ranking system based on how many tubes people have and total cogs and all of that in their collections in this game?
No plans for flexing total amount yet. I think we can go into that into phase 2. But yeah, I mean,
like a grand leader
of total number of cogs.
Well, cogs, tubes, like, I mean, it's one thing to have 56 rare foils, but if you got 56 rare foils that make a complete set, that should be worth more in an evaluation than just 56 random rare foils.
Probably, but we have to prioritize what kind of leaderboard matters, right? I mean, it broken down into what matters on a competitive level versus what matters on a flexing level. So competitive wise,
tubes.
Sorry?
Tubes.
Yeah, so there will be ones which are prioritizing performance in game, number of cogs you flip, how many games you've played, and then there might be others that are more in terms of how many cogs they have, how many tubes they have. All that, I think it's more based on how we want to market each of these different player profiles.
What about a cog of shame board? Like, say, if Pete gets swapped by everyone, maybe put him on the for shame leaderboard.
Why would I shame my chief technical officer? That's not a smart political move.
No, the thing is, the point is moot, right? If I was on the leaderboard and if I don't like it, I'll just remove myself. I can put XP there.
Yeah, you can replace it. You can just swap it with him instead, right?
Maybe for a small RFOX fee.
Profile pic, based on like the stuff that you have or the tube that you have, that I think is a good suggestion moving forward, because then you cut out all like the dick pics and all that kind of stuff, right? It's a controllable thing. So like, if you own, let's say you own like Ponzi owns the Velocity watermelon, he could choose to use that as his avatar. Makes sense.
Yep. And there will be avatars which are
there's like
unique.
CCRY as a RFOX 2020 allow that to use it as an avatar. It's a lot, because if you you allow free form, then you got to start policing that, right? And there's not a fun space to be in, policing people's avatars and all that.
Maybe a mechanism, once you win a tournament or something, you get a little snapshot NFT sent to your account.
Oh, that's definitely something we're looking into, XP. But I think the prices for the tournaments are already pretty crazy. So having to mint something in the tournament might be moot at this point until we go further down the line.
Right. I always found it very satisfying when in the old KOGs slam, by crushing Pete and then minting an NFT to memorialize it. It was an amazing feeling, and I think a lot of people would like that flex after defeating certain people that they've had.
Yeah. Some of those few NFTs that you send me, they're not verified. So there's no checkbox there. So all what I do is I just back wax that and send it off to people for trades and let them burn it.
Tournaments, you don't lose KOGs, bokeh. Is it bokeh? But then there will be a wager mode where you play for keeps. That one is later, after arena and tournaments are released. Tournament prizes, I think the structure is we reward the first 10 and the first 100. Leon. OMC, did you hear the news? XP was using a stolen credit card, so his order for merchandise did not go through, and I just had to approve it just now. So you have to wait a bit longer for your T-shirt and your other stuff that he promised you.
The good thing I did my due diligence and check following up on that OMC. Otherwise, you'd have been waiting a bit longer.
Yeah, it's gone through already. I mean, I wouldn't have known if you didn't ask me as well, because it didn't give us any update that the transaction was not approved. It was weird.
Did you notice any others like that, or
No.
was that a standalone? Oh, right.
The last time I got a flag was with Chino's order. So Chino made a test order, and because it came from a Philippines bank, they flagged it as fraudulent. So I had to go in and approve it manually. But I actually got an email because of that. But this time around, there wasn't an email for your order. It was just hanging for the past like 3 weeks or something like that. No.
Yeah, well, the June 9th or 10th or whatever. Yeah, when I put it in.
Yeah. But did they send you something this time around?
Yeah, when I checked, as soon as you had told me this morning about that, I checked my email. It says, "Hey, your order for this is complete." I'm like, "Oh,
wow." Okay. We did a test run of one of the designs for Candyman onto the merchandise store, just to test out the 3rd edition prints now.
How's it look?
XP, do you know what they call people who did this, who do this kind of credit card scams and all that? The purchases, merged with like stolen credit cards.
Lately, there's been, I noticed people talking about it, and I've experienced it myself, where you send a trade to someone in the KOGs world, you get a scam trade link, and people are saying it's a bot. Is there any way to vet that stuff out so it doesn't happen. Things like that don't happen in RFOX marketplace or to protect KOGs.
On Telegram?
Not on Telegram. It was in the Atomic Hub and that market and the trading.
Okay, I've not come across that yet. But I got quite a lot of cheeky trade requests for my account ever since I completed the light gray set.
I don't know if anyone has a screenshot of what it looks like, but someone thought it was a bot. Someone had developed a bot to try to scam people.
It could be. It is the blockchain. It is the crypto.
It's not me, in case
industry,
any
right?
of you are thinking.
What is the one that Wade is collecting? Pete?
Incest. Oh, Cerulean Kai. I hooked him up with 2 of them earlier
Nice.
today. Sacrificing my Demon King Rainbow. But yeah, he wants to complete it.
Yeah, I'm almost done with my
How
Plague
far away
Doctors.
for your Plague Doctor set?
Think about 6 more.
6 more?
Yeah.
If you want the flex, you should buy my Cerulean Sky Foil Gold Gundam.
No one's willing to pay the prices that you want, XP. That's the thing.
You see, it's one time per use per tournament. So if you rent it out, then that's it. You won't be able to rent it out anymore until that person finishes the tournament. Depending on what kind of tournament it is, some last for a week, some could last just for a day, some could last for a month.
Now, do you think is that because the tournament field size would be so massive it would need that long to run, or are you talking like round robin style, where it's automated and it? I mean, how are you seeing some tournaments last a month?
Yeah, we will plan to cap the number of participants for most of the tournaments, but a lot of them for the common troop tournaments, we will allow as many as possible, and then people can just play. But for the highest stakes one, I think it will be capped, both in terms of number of participants and time. Like I don't foresee like an ultra rare Diamond League tournament having 10,000 players because you need 10,000 ultra rare tubes. That's not logistically possible at this point.
Hey, Fadz, I gotta jump off. You guys take care. Have a great weekend ahead. I'll talk to you guys on Monday or over the
Sure.
weekend if I feel like it.
Yep. Last few questions, guys, before I head out.
All right, take care, guys.
See you, Pete.
Now, would these tournaments they have to be full before they start, or they're starting at a certain time and whoever's in at that point is playing for prizes? Are they guaranteed prize pools, or are they going to be determined by the buy-in?
We will do like the winners get a percentage of the prize pool of entry fees, and it will be the tournament will open up at a specific time and close at a specific time. Yeah, CC. I think the lower tournaments there will be a few happening at the same time. So if you can't go for this tournament, there'll be another one open at a different time, which might have almost the same prizes as well. Yeah, we'll have it in the website and also in the game as a notification OMC. So if you're signing up for a tournament, you'll probably get a notification that it's about to start in a few hours or something like that. How long till open beta? Just a few more weeks, CJ. Like I mentioned just now to the community. Next week is the multiplayer build as well as the revamp of the interface. as well as the first testings of play to earn. You just want to get it right before you release it publicly. To clarify, Choobs will be able to be rented out indefinitely. What do you mean indefinitely, madam? Tube renting, I actually when tube renting starts to put into place, I think staking will be less and less because I don't see a function for staking for 90 days anymore when you are renting tubes and getting paid immediately when you do that. So staking has always been a mechanism as a stopgap for utility. Now with renting, it should replace staking. Just that you can constantly rent them out. Yeah, you can constantly rent them out, but the thing is, if you have, for example, 5 common tubes, and you rent out 5 common tubes, and all of them have been rented out, only when the tournament for those tubes end, then you'll get them back, and then you can re-rent them again when the tournament opens that requires commons. Yeah, the interface will guide you on how to rent the tubes out. Okay.
Do you foresee a tube that's rented out in the for a tournament being unavailable for someone that might want to rent it for an event in the metaverse or in the vault?
No, one tube, one use. So if you rented out your tube to somebody in the game and it's needed in the metaverse, that tube is out of commission until it's available again.
Okay.
I think we'll be able to tell within a month or so, Chris, whether or not it will be a full swap over to rentals. Because I don't see the value of you holding a tube for 90 days and then getting paid out, where with rentals you can get paid almost immediately. I don't think the idea was to make staking indefinite. That was never the plan. It was supposed to be a stopgap until utility starts to kick in, and rental of tubes are utility cases. Once rental comes out, I think staking would not make sense at all. I mean, like, can't use that tube for 90 days or touch it if you're still going for the old method of staking, right? If you rent it out, you can actually get the money almost immediately. Or if over 90 period, you can actually get more RFOX or more coins based on the timeline. Tubes for now, drag racing. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I think we went past an hour already. Thank you very much for joining us this Friday.
Fadz, I have one question real quick. When we say a tube, that's the player who rents the tube will still need a container with the amount of. They're not playing with the cogs in the tube. They're playing with a separate container, correct? I just want to get the terminology right so we can explain it to folks.
Again, can you repeat the question?
So renting a tube, say a common rainbow, whatever, slammer tube or a regular slammer tube for the tournament buy-in, they'll still need a container with, a slammer and 40 separate. That's not to be confused. They wouldn't be playing with that tube.
Yeah,
correct?
I think that's correct. The tubes and the containers are completely separate, and you will probably need both to play.
Oh, look at the tube as a access fee, right? To enter. All right, guys. Have an amazing weekend and stay safe. You will get an update on the new build next week. Take care, guys.
Take care, Fadz. Thank you for your time.
See you.
Thank you, Phil.
Bye.